lovely angels. This is your girl Sim, back with another episode of the Sim Squad. Hi! So today we have part 2 of my summer picks. I know it's a huge list. Last time I did 11, this is going to be 9. I could have made it 11, but then I was like, you know what, like I can't just keep listing all my perfumes. So we are in summer already over here in the UAE. And I've already started using all these perfumes and I am absolutely loving them. I am happy that I have like a vast selection now, like of perfumes that I can wear. If you know me, I get bored of perfumes like very fast. So I sometimes change 3 perfumes a day, wearing them on top of each other, but still like changing them a lot, you know. And sometimes the perfumes don't mix well or whatever. But right now I have like a lot of different choices. So maybe on daily basis, I'll be pulling like different ones and just like sticking to that, you know. Let me start with the first one because I know this video is going to be long and I don't want to like ramble on about unnecessary stuff. The first one is Silky Rose, Mohra Silky Rose by Latafa. This is your lychee fragrance, my favorite lychee fragrance. It's a lychee floral fragrance. I won't even call it fruity floral because it literally smells like lychee and fruits, florals. This is supposed to be a dupe for Penhaligon's The Favorite, which is like a very popular perfume. Even the packaging and everything kind of resembles that, sort of, you know, the same feeling. This Mohra range, like even the original Mohra was like supposed to be a dupe for Halfeti or something, and Halfeti Cedar, I think. And that also like looked very much like the actual bottle of Penhaligon. So I have no doubt that this is duping the Penhaligons. It's got 4.52 on Fragrantica, which means this is like a super loved fragrance. It's categorized as a floral, but in my opinion, this is like a fruity floral. The top notes for this are rose, pink pepper, and lychee. Middle notes of rose, musk, and lily of the valley. And then you have the base notes of musk, vanilla, and patchouli. The earthiness, don't worry about it. Like it's there in a mild way, the patchouli part, you know. The main things are the rose and lychee along with the lily of the valley. That's what I'm smelling most of the time. Sweetness of the vanilla comes in right in the end. So you do get like this very slight, very gourmandy kind of vanilla, but it feels good. But overall, because of that lychee, because of the lily of the valley and everything, you feel like it's a cold perfume, especially because of the lychee. The lychee is very realistic. It literally feels like you took a bite out of like a juicy lychee. If you have tried lychee, you just cannot, like, you sometimes get cravings to have that fruit, especially in winter. I've been recently like ordering lychee and I've been having them, unfortunately, because the lychees are not grown here. So if I order like a, what do you call it, like a bushel or whatever you call it, the whole thingy, if they have 8 on that branch, maybe like 5 will be okay and 3 would be bad ones. And if you have ever tasted bad lychee, I don't know why I digressed and went on a different tangent about speaking about bad lychee, but there's nothing like that. It's like good, fresh, juicy, sweet lychee, along with that pink rose and very girly fragrance, very pretty. You feel like instantly pretty when you smell this fragrance. When I wear this, I literally feel like, you know what? The dress I'm wearing and everything, I would probably pull this perfume to wear if I dress up like this. Pink pepper opening, by the way, it's there just for a little bit, but it does this magic on you. And then that lychee hits you in the face along with like the rose, the pink rose is there in the background throughout from the beginning till the end. And I would call it like 50% of the perfume. So that rose is like super dominant. This is definitely a rosy perfume with that lychee touch. So if you do not like rose, actually, you know, you'll still like it because of the lychee twist in it. Very beautiful. This is spring, summer. I would pull this more in summer than spring, although yeah, you can wear it anytime during that time. And you can wear it like during daytime, not in the evening, because it's a very effervescent, fresh scent. Middle Eastern vibe check is 0, unless you consider rose to be Middle Eastern, you know. Otherwise, it's not Middle Eastern leaning at all. It doesn't have any kind of like woodiness or any kind of spices or agarwood, anything of that kind to give you that feeling of Middle Eastern-ness. The longevity, unfortunately, is like 6 hours. I would not give it more because I spray this perfume literally after every 3-4 hours. I need to respray it. I hate it when the power of this perfume goes down, but it's quite reasonably priced, so I honestly don't care. I'll overspray. I will keep spraying it throughout the day. It's stunning. This is like 10 out of 10 perfume for me. I'll keep buying it. If it finishes, I know I will crave for it, so I'll have to get it again. And the projection is like 1 to 2 feet. The projection is like 1 to 2 feet, which is like not bad for a perfume of rose, which is not cloying. Like 1 to 2 feet is just perfect. You don't want it to get any stronger or project more because it can get like very, very cloying very soon. And the celebrity I had given this to was Selena Gomez. Like this, it's so her. Like I would expect her to release a perfume that smells like this. I'm trying to do like very like stark differences, right? So like this one is Nasheet by Latafa. Now many people will not agree with me when I say this is an all year round fragrance because people think this is very much a winter vibe. In my opinion, because of that strong eucalyptus or whatever that essential oil thing is going on in this, just like Ani by Nishane, this is supposed to be a dupe for Ani. It has this cold menthol eucalyptus combination, which is not mentioned. It has a mild spiciness, but then in the end, it's all vanilla. You can layer this with like a pure vanilla, like something like Kiali's Vanilla 28, and this perfume is going to become stunning. This is a woody oriental fragrance, which is again cold to smell. Many people don't like that mentholated eucalyptus scent in this because that clash between this and the vanilla, some people are just not accepting it as a proper perfume. In my opinion, it was genius. Everybody who loves Ani or loves Nasheet, they will agree that that combination, which is like such a stark contrasting combination, you love it more because it creates this very beautiful intrigue. It makes you feel like smelling the perfume again and again because it's not something generic, it's not something usual, so you feel more special like wearing it. People who will smell it will want to like know what you're wearing. It'll create that intrigue, if you know what I mean, that interest, you know, it's like what's going on. The top notes for this are Ajayeb wood, middle notes of nutmeg, and the base notes of sandalwood, Kashmirian, and frankincense. So apparently that coldness and that eucalyptusy feel is coming from frankincense, but I do feel it's frankincense and a little bit of eucalyptus, at least some amount. It's a very woody, balsamic, vanillic perfume and I love it. This for me is like all year round perfume. You can wear it anytime. Summer evenings, I would be reaching for this a lot. As a matter of fact, summer daytime also, I'll be wearing this a lot. This one, unfortunately, initially was very poor in projection and in longevity. Actually, projection was not bad. It's still 2 to 3 feet, but the longevity was insane. It would disappear in 4 hours. Now it's reached like 6 hours. It's still not great, but 6 hours, it's okay. It's a perfectly unisex fragrance. I love it. I'll give this a 10 out of 10. There's no doubt about it. I'll keep purchasing this perfume till it's available. Maybe if I find out this is getting discontinued, I'll buy some backup bottles as well because I don't think I can live without this perfume. The bottle is a little strange and it's very heavy. You can hurt someone with it. Like if a thief comes or something, like grab this one because if you hit him with this, he'll get injured, you know. I don't quite remember the celebrity I'd assigned to this. I think I'd assigned myself to this and I will stick to that. I'm getting all the Latafas out of the way initially because then we can move on to different other brands, and since we have only 9 perfumes and out of 9 I have like 4 Latafas, you know, so let me get over with them first. The next one is the very controversial Ajayeb Portrait, Dubai Portrait. This is the golden one. So this is like, they both are supposed to be unisex. This one and the Ajayeb, which is just like a blackish bottle with the chrome fittings. This one is a mango fragrance, citrus mango fragrance, and yeah, when it was not macerated in the beginning, it was a very strange scent, and till now it's a very, very strange scent. But if you like tropical mango scents that seem finessed, it's not juvenile, it doesn't smell too tropical, it doesn't smell cheap, you know, this one actually feels like it has finesse to it, it's sophisticated, smells very niche as well. I think this perfume is like legit, it's very, very beautiful. This would be really good to wear during summer and especially on vacations and stuff. This would like, wow, you know, because of course it smells very, very tropical. It has notes which are like super tropical. Let me tell you the notes first. So your top notes are orange and lemon. Middle notes of jasmine, mango and osmanthus. And the base notes of amber, sandalwood, musk and oud. Oud is there and it's there like a woody note. Again, it's not banyadi, it's not cold, it's not intense. It's a very mild oud, which is just like adding some kind of sophisticated woodiness, let's just call it. Sandalwood is giving it that creaminess along with the musk, again giving it that creaminess, sweetness. But the star of the show is definitely the mango and orange together, maybe lemon as well. But the orange and mango combined together just gives you this weird juicy feeling and literally your mouth waters. You can layer this with some coconut scent as well, and like it'll become like a very, very vibrant tropical scent. I'm glad they didn't put coconut in this, because then it would kind of become generic. The fact that it doesn't have coconut is not making it completely tropical. So you can actually wear this on day-to-day basis also. And I would wear this like when I would go out with my friends, or to like a brunch or something, which is like during daytime. I would not wear this at night. I would want to like smell like this, like freshly under the sun, and maybe like dressed up in a very airy outfit, feeling like people will come get drawn towards you, because it's a very friendly, very inviting scent. I think it's stunning, and I know people who bought this initially were disappointed. I thought it was a weird perfume and I liked it. Some people did not, but after maceration, I think it's been like a year or more. It's very, very beautiful. Love it. The longevity for this one is 6 to 7 hours, and then it becomes a closed scent. I can still give it 8 hours, but let me stick to 6 to 7 hours. The projection is like 3 to 4 feet. Once you spray this, like 5 sprays, everyone will be able to smell it around you. I think it's a unisex fragrance, but it leans feminine. There's no Middle Eastern vibe check in this. When I reviewed this perfume, it was not available anywhere. It was not on Fragrantica. It was not there on any other. Yeah, so now it is available on Fragrantica. It's got 3.95. So again, it's not a very accepted perfume, because it does smell niche, it does smell different, it does smell weird. So this is supposed to be a dupe for the Stefan Humbert Mango Kiss. I haven't smelled that. That's again a brand I really wish to explore someday. The God of Fire, even like this Jeddah range they have, like they all are like quite interesting. The notes are very weird and interesting. So I do feel attracted to it. Some people are comparing this to Mugler's Angel Noah? No, Mugler's or Crossier. I don't know which one that is. I haven't smelled that star, so I don't know how it smells like. But it's definitely a very beautiful, very ripe mango kind of scent. And that oud, I'm telling you, it's not like a generic oud. It's a very, very mild, very, very woody kind of oud. And I just feel like it's stunning. Maybe I would add a little bit of some earthiness to it to make it more serious and to wear it in the evening. So I would mix the Ajayeb Dubai Portrait along with the black Ajayeb, and then it would get that woodiness, the earthy woodiness as well. And then I can carry wearing this into the evening as well. The next one is not, you can't really call it from Latafa, although the brand is by Latafa. It's the Azdaf. This is Ameerat Al Arab. I'm removing this perfume from the back of my collection. It's very dusty and crusty right now. But, can you see the label, which is crooked? I know one of you told me to pull it out and stick it again, but I'm afraid to damage the velvet thingy, and then that would bother me even more. So I'm not doing that. This one is a beautiful scent that I can wear during the summers in the evening. It's definitely very Middle Eastern leaning. Ameerat Al Arab literally translates to Princess of Arabia. This has got 4.15 on Fragrantica. The notes for this are top notes of citrus and bergamot, middle notes of white musk and aloe vera, and the base notes of jasmine, musk, woody notes and oud. Honestly, I feel it's a very jasmine prominent scent with some citruses, but the citruses are more like a coldness in this and not really like juicy citruses. The aloe vera is there, which is adding like this strange aquatic feeling to it, or that freshness to it. Let me not call it aquatic, because then you would think of water or sea notes, right? It gives it that, how aloe vera smells like. It just gives you that like freshness, that little greenness as well. And then it's just like the base notes are like super woody. So for me, this is like the opening is like fresh, but then it like moves on to a very powerful jasmine fragrance with a woody base. That's it. It's a very, very simple, very basic perfume. It feels very Middle Eastern because it does have oud in the base, but it's not a strong oud again. It's stronger than Ajayeb for sure, but like it's still not very prominent. So you can get away with it calling it a woody note, not oud. People are calling this a dupe for My Way. Really? I mean, it's a floral, fresh floral, musky fragrance. That's why people are thinking it smells like My Way. It's definitely in that genre, but I wouldn't call it a dupe. It's a beautiful fragrance. It's not complicated, not much to talk about it. It is quite pretty. It is, again, feels very princessy, like how the name suggests. It's not very modern. It's not very, it does kind of get lost in the crowd as well. So I would wear this like maybe in the evenings, when I'm casually going out. It's not a dress up perfume. It is just like an evening perfume where you don't want to claw people, but in summer it'll still smell fresh floral with that like nice deep woodiness, you know. And the dry down, by the way, of this perfume is something else, because the jasmine kind of reduces and becomes more and more woody, and that's when this perfume becomes like stunning on you. I normally wear this along with some bakhur, so I actually do bakhur on my clothes and then I spray this, and it just becomes more woody and it becomes smoky as well. And that's how I will probably wear this perfume if I go out in the evening. I will wear this probably during daytime as it is, and then in the evening do some bakhur on myself, or wear like an incensey perfume like Creation de Rêve by Khadlaj. Mix these two and try it on. Try it. Try a combination of like a very woody or very incensey perfume mixed with Ameerat Al Arab. It becomes like super stunning. Now, the problem with this perfume is that the longevity is quite poor. I can stretch it up to 6 hours, but it never actually goes to that level. I will keep spraying it after every 3 to 4 hours. This is a disadvantage, but the price, I'm going to put the price. If I'm not mentioning a detail, I will put it up on the screen, yeah? It's not very projecting. It's not very long lasting. It just feels like a intimate fragrance. So like 1 feet of projection and like maybe 5 hours or 6 hours of longevity. It's feminine leaning. I do feel this smells Middle Eastern, and don't ask me why. I know it says oud, but I do not smell the oud, but it just overall feels like a Middle Eastern fragrance. Anyhow, Asdaf has been super quiet. I don't think they've made any more releases. They were popular when they released Majd Al Sultan, this Ameerat Al Arab. The other Ameerat Al Arab, the Privé, was a big fail for me, you know, so bad. But this one is something I do wear rarely, but I will definitely reach for this more this summer. Let's do the next one by Khadlaj. This is their Sensuos Night. I get very confused with the name because the spelling, I think I'm not sure. But this perfume is a super dark fruity fragrance. First of all, the atomizer is gorgeous. It's just like, you know. Now this again is not mentioned anywhere on Fragrantica. They really need to up their game when it comes to listing Middle Eastern perfumes. This is a fruity floral, but I feel it leans like very dark fruits along with very dark florals. The name Sensual Nights, it's very apt because it does feel very sensual. It feels like some Latina is doing the dance. Salsa. Oh my gosh, my memory. Doing a salsa. She's wearing like a nice frock thingy, you know, and she's wearing flowers in her hair. She's dark haired, and it's a balmy night, you know, little, you know, she's getting a little sweaty, but she has this perfume on, and every time she swirls, she gives off this beautiful sensual perfume from her, and that's just the image that came to my mind, you know. But it does smell like something you would wear at night in a very balmy weather, and this would stay on your skin, and everybody who would pass by you would get whiffs of you. The top notes for this are lemon, pineapple and green apple. Middle notes of blackcurrant, rose, jasmine and violet, and the base notes of cedar wood, patchouli, amber and vanilla. To me, it feels a little bit like dark berry, plummy kind of fragrance, with of course blackcurrant, dark rose, red rose, with some jasmine. The violet is coming in a like slightly powdery form and a little bit of greenness as well, but just the right amount of greenness to cut through the super sweetness of the fruits and the rose, you know. The lemon, pineapple and green apple, honestly, can't detect it. It has that freshness, so it's coming in like a fruity note, but not really individually. I bet I can say it's lemon, pineapple and green apple, you know. It just feels more of a berry. I can even go to an extent to call it a little bit jammy, but it is like a grown woman. It's not like I don't know, immediately in my head it was like Latina or Italian, somebody Italian, you know, like a dark haired woman with curly hair and knows like how to dance and move her body, you know. Very stunning. It's very sensual for sure. It has this dark energy about it, but at the same time it's flirty and playful. It's like the kind of fruity fragrance a woman who would want to go to a club and everything would wear this. But I feel more of like a, you know, these clubs and everything which are outdoor, you know. I would wear this to a concert as well, you know, like it would smell very nice. It is like a happy fragrance, which is it gives me the same kind of vibes as Lancome's La Nuit Trésor, you know. It has that playfulness about it. It's very sensual, but it has this naughty, not even playful, it's a naughty perfume, you know. This one is like a naughty perfume, like very lingerie kind of also, you know. So if you like that kind of perfumes, go for this one, you know. It's definitely very, very fruity and very, very dark rose floral. It'll make you feel sexy. That's all I can say. This one, again, the longevity is like 7 hours, I would say. Projection is like 2 to 3 feet, depending on how much you spray. You need to be careful because you can claw people with it. It's very, very sweet. So when you spray it, just like the La Nuit Trésor, think of how you would spray La Nuit Trésor, use this in the same way. I would spray this a little bit in my hair as well, so that it, you know, when you move around, it like, you know. It is super feminine, not Middle Eastern leaning at all. It smells even slightly lotiony, if I can say that. Like, it's balmy. It's very like thick, you know. It feels like a syrupy thick. It is a very nice perfume, and I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 because I will wear this occasionally. I'm not going to be like gravitating towards this a lot because this does kind of feel like date night or first date, second date, third date, you know, like when you're trying to get to know a person, you know, that feeling with that magical thing. This will be very attractive to men. That's one thing I can say, right? Actually, even girls will be attracted to you. The next one is again from Khadlaj. This is the last one from Khadlaj. This is Nuha, and of course this had to be there. This is a apple, coconut, tropical scent. There are a lot of tropical scents in this time summer collection, right? But that's how you want to smell like. Like, you want to smell like nice and fresh, fruity, floral, you know, light, you know, airy. This one is okay. It's the same genre, not DNA. Same genre as Alien Goddess and your Utopia Coco Vanille by Kayali. It goes in the same direction, but it is not a dupe. So the top notes for this are apple and coconut, middle notes of jasmine, heliotrope, and roses, and the base notes of sandalwood, cashmere, and vanilla. It is sweet. It is like, initially that apple is like quite strong, but then the apple is not a crispy apple. This is like one of those Fiji apples or something, like one of those exotic apples which are not crispy. They are like sweeter, and the smell is less prominent. You know how Fiji apple smells like? I wish everybody can have a bite of the Fiji apple. It's so tasty. I think that's the only apple that I like eating. I do like eating apples once they're cooked, but not when they're like raw. You know, it's like not raw, but like whole. It was very surprising for me because when I got this bottle, I was like, oh my god, this is going to smell like Delina, or it's going to smell of a rose perfume or something. I most definitely did not expect this to be a beach perfume or like a tropical vacation kind of perfume. Like, it very much gives you that Maldives feeling, or Bora Bora, or like a place like that. Seychelles, where there are palm trees and there's like clean beaches, white sand and turquoise waters. Like, I wish this bottle was like a different color maybe, but it has this graininess. Like, I don't know if you can see it or not, because that spray paint thingy, it is grainy. It does feel like kind of like sand, you know, like pink sand or something. This is like only $25. So again, it's like super duper cheap, very affordable, lasts like a decent 7 hours, projects for like a good 3 feet at least. And of course, if you overspray, it's gonna like spread a lot. Spray it on your skin, you smell delicious. That coconut in this is so stunning. It's not annoying, it's not very oily. It smells like fresh. The floral notes in this, the jasmine, heliotrope, and roses, they all kind of mix up and you feel like a nice beautiful floral, as opposed to actually getting like jasmine separately or heliotrope separately or rose separately. None of these smell indolic. They smell very light, pretty, and mild. The cashmere and sandalwood and the vanilla in the base, creamy, soft, satin, like you feel like satin, silkiness, like softness, you know. And then it's just rounded up this perfume perfectly. So there's no harshness in this. There's no citrus. There's no anything that disturbs it. There's no greenness. Like, it's a very beautiful, light-hearted fragrance. So I would wear this during daytime a lot. I have actually used it up quite a bit. But I know in summer, this will be like, I will use it up. Now, will I buy this again? I will not know for sure. I'm going to give it 9 out of 10 for now. Because this is one of my favorite vacation fragrances along with the Alien Goddess. I can't wait to like wear this more, and then I want to decide like later on. Like, but right now it's 9 out of 10. And the celebrity I had given this to was Emily Blunt. Like, it was very like sun-kissed person, and 2 people came to mind. It was Heidi Klum and it was Emily Blunt. But then Emily Blunt's personality, I was like, nah, let's go for her. This is super feminine and it is not Middle Eastern leaning at all. We have 3 more to go. So of course I chose my alien dupe, which is the Sacrifice by Ajmal. This one is going to be my evening perfume because this smells like a much fresher version of Alien. So if you like Alien, buy Sacrifice. If you do not like Alien, buy Sacrifice, because although it has enough similarities to Alien to enjoy it, it also has a lot of differences from Alien that you can again enjoy. It feels like a flanker for Alien. Like I wish like Mugler had thought of something like this, because this one goes a little bit away from that indolic jasmine. The jasmine in here is not that powerful. Plus it has these water notes that make it like very fresh. Like it literally feels like jasmine flowers dipped in water, which was cold, you know, and if you smell it, how it would smell like. This is like a full-on floral fragrance. Definitely summer worthy. It's got 4.07 on Fragrantica. I'm assuming the divide is because of people who like Alien and who don't like Alien. The top notes for this are jasmine and water notes, middle notes of vanilla and orange blossom, and then the base notes of ambergris and musk. First of all, it has like orange blossom, which is one of my favorite flowers. Jasmine is another one of my favorite flowers. Actually, I have too many favorite flowers. But if orange blossom is something I really like. Like normally if a perfume has orange blossom, I usually end up liking it. The water note is like very prominent and literally feels like a splash of cold water if you're on the beach or something. And you know, sometimes when the waves crash, like you get that in the air, you feel that water coming on your face. Feels like that. It's so nice. It's so fresh. It's so beautiful. Like I can't explain my experience with this perfume. When I smelled it, I was like, I knew it's a dupe for Alien. Even the bottle, the color and everything is very like Alien. But it diverts. Like it literally smells like it could be a flanker of Alien. Very beautiful fragrance. This is not very cloying and strong. This will still last you a good 7 hours on your clothes and your body. The projection is, let's say, 2 to 3 feet, depending again how much you spray. If you overspray, you will get clogged, just like Alien. So you need to be careful. Although it's like a more watery kind of fragrance, it's not watered down. So be careful, you know. I think this is unisex, leaning feminine. So I think a man can also pull this off because of those water notes. It can be considered as a unisex fragrance. There is no Middle Eastern vibe to this. I'm going to give this a 9.5 out of 10 because I am obsessed with Alien and I always have Alien with me. There's no way that I'll be without that perfume, without the Alien and without a couple of perfumes. Maybe I should make a video about that, but from the Western counterparts, right? Sacrifice is something like I would probably not buy again, but I'm going to give it 9.5 just because it is almost there. Maybe I will miss it. Maybe someday if I stop liking Alien, I would buy this again and continue using this one as opposed to Alien, which is like super expensive, right? And the celebrity I had given this to was Ana de Armas. Even for Alien, I had given her as the celebrity. This is so like her personality, her face, her dressing sense, her everything. Next, of course, I had mentioned in the previous video that I will list this one as well. This is a recent discovery. This is the Blueberry Musk, which was suggested by one of my friends on YouTube. Her name is Tia. She's from Tasmania. I had mentioned her before as well. She recommended this, and the more I'm using it, the more I'm liking it. Now again, this perfume is not very strong. It's not very prominent. It feels like something I would wear at home. It literally feels like blueberry musk. I bought it a little pricey. I bought it for $35. I don't know how much it's available elsewhere for. This is a fruity fragrance for sure, but it's a musky fruity fragrance. On Fragrantica, it's got 4.53, which is a lot. People love this fragrance, right? Now, initially when I smelled this, I was like, uh-oh, I might not like it. But then because it had like little soapiness that bothered me, but then the more it's sitting, it's like, I think I need to just keep spraying it out little by little and let the air pass, you know, because it's changing very drastically. And this is what Tia had told me as well, that it's going to change a lot, yeah? Top notes are blueberry and blackberry. Heart notes of rose, lavender and freesia, and the base notes of patchouli, raspberry, vanilla and moss. So it's like boatload of berries, and then you have your lavender, rose and freesia. So yeah, it does have like this freshness. It's a lavender that's giving it that soapiness for sure. Rose is like pretty, but it's not rosy rose, you know, it's a very mild rose, a little bit synthetic rose. Like the florals in here are a little synthetic. Even the lavender, it smells like this bar soap kind of lavender, and that's why I'm getting it. I'm getting the feeling of it being soapy. But there's no way that I would not use this perfume. I like it. I feel like I gravitate towards it, especially after shower. I feel like spraying this on myself, and you know when your body's slightly wet, like even after you lotion yourself and everything, and your body still feels like very, very moisturized. I feel like I should spray this on myself. And that's what I'm going to use it for. I'm going to use this mostly at home on weekends and stuff. It's a very like dark berries, like this color berries, or you know, the purple berries and everything, mixed with musk and vanilla. It also has a little bit of earthiness because of that moss, but it doesn't go into the dirty category. It just feels earthy. This is definitely feminine. I feel you can wear this any weather and any time of the day, but I think again, like balmy summer nights is where I would gravitate towards this. There's no Middle Eastern vibe check at all in this. It's very, very Western. It almost smells like a nighttime perfume, like even the bottle and everything. Like it just feels like a dark night with the moon, you know, and it's like dark, but only the moonlight is casting like light and shadow contrast everywhere. It immediately reminds me of that, like a moonlit night. Very beautiful. The projection is like 2 feet, and the longevity, I would give it like 5 to 6 hours. It's not very long lasting, but I think that will get corrected once it macerates, because this is by Arabiat. Their perfumes, if you know, you need to macerate it. My rating for this was like 7.5 out of 10. I will see how much it gets better, and based on that I might change my rating. But as of now it is a 7.5. It's not like a great love, but weirdly enough it's seducing me. Like it keeps calling me like, sweet baby, you know. And the celebrity I had chosen for this was Emmy Rosen. I don't know why, like instantly her image came in my, I don't even know what the name of the actress was, and I had to Google it, you know. But yeah, that's the actress that came to mind. We're on the last one now, and you guys are gonna hate me for this. No, it's not Rasana. Like I was debating between this one and Rasana, but like I know now, you're probably gonna guess it. It's Al Harman Junoon Oud. This is my favorite citrus woody fragrance. It's so stunning. It's a woody floral musk. It is definitely not for everybody because it's super green citrus. It's not like your normal citrus. It's like green. So it's like lime, bergamot. Think of that cutting citruses that make you hurt behind your ear. So apparently this is supposed to be a dupe for Tiger by Bulgari. I don't know whether that's true or not, but on Fragrantica this has got 4.75. So people do love this fragrance. Again, it's like quite green. And it's kind of reminding me of Empress. So one sec. For some odd reason, when I sprayed Empress, I know I loved this perfume instantly, but it was reminding me of something, and I'm surprised that I did not think about this before. They are the same freaking DNA, but there's quite a bit of differences. The Empress has different kind of florals, and I think that's what's setting it apart. And I feel maybe the earthiness of Empress is different from the earthiness of Junoon Oud. Junoon Oud is a little bit more, it has a citrus that cuts through stuff, you know, it's very sharp. And some people might not like it because of the sharpness, but this kind of citrus sharpness doesn't bother me at all. The top notes for this are grapefruit, fruit and woody notes. Middle notes of musk, jasmine and amber. And the base notes of woody notes again, palisander, rosewood and patchouli. So it's quite literally citrus. But although they've mentioned grapefruit, I feel this has lime, bergamot and all the works. You know, like all the really, really strong citrus perfumes. It's all there. It's kind of giving me like juniper berry also, but it's not listed over here. But it's definitely like super woody. Once it like settles down and mellows down and everything, the woodiness like really comes through. It takes time, 30 minutes for that woodiness to come through. Initially for 30 minutes, that citrus is going to be super, super strong. Jasmine is like very mildly there again, so it's not really like one of the dominant notes. It's there as a supporting note. Musk and amber, again, supporting roles. They don't really have the main stage at all. Doesn't really, I feel, I'm sure it affects the perfume one way or the other, but it's not really casting like huge impact of sorts, you know. Over here, it's more of like the woody notes and citruses. So think of this as a woody citrus perfume. It's something I have worn for a very long time. I love it. I don't know how much is left. I can hear like liquid, you know, but I'm sure this will finish very, very, very fast. This is unisex leaning masculine, so be careful. Empress is a true unisex, but this one is leaning slightly masculine. This was love at first sniff, exactly like the Lee Prestige Empress, because it was so different from what I've smelled like. I have not smelled Tiger by Bulgari, so I will not be able to compare the two, right? The projection of this one is crazy. It's 4 to 6 feet. Again, it's citrus, so it, you know. And the longevity, I would say like 7 hours, after which it becomes a very woody, very intimate scent. This is a 10 out of 10 for me. No one can change my mind about this. And I think Liam Nielsen, that's whom I would give this perfume to. I think I said his name wrong. It's Liam Neeson, I think, not Nielsen. So that's all for today. I have listed 11 plus 9. That makes it 20. So you have 20 summer perfumes from me. And I will be doing some more compilations. I think I'm going to do a summer floral, since I have so many summer fruity ones. I had done the spring florals. I'll do a summer fruity perfume thing as well. Maybe I'll do freshies as well, because a lot of y'all request. The thing is, I'm not a very freshy person, you know. Freshy, when I say like soapy, or think of like Clean Reserve, you know, those kind of perfumes like fresh linen or soapy, like these kind of scents are not me. So I don't have many perfumes like that, but let's see if I can make a compilation for you guys, yeah, from the perfumes I already have. So that's it for today, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.